After the last video about the secret rules of money they don't want you to know, one question kept coming up over and over. Okay, I get the home buying decision, but what do I do once I actually have a mortgage? Should I aggressively pay it down? Or should I invest that extra money instead? And it makes sense. This is exactly the kind of question that keeps people awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, running mental calculations. Maybe there's a $300,000 mortgage hanging over your head, maybe $500,000. Every month, a huge chunk of your paycheck goes straight to interest. Meanwhile, friends and colleagues keep bragging about how much their investments have grown. Can feel like a trap. So let's break it down step by step with real numbers, real calculations, and a framework that actually works for life. By the end, there's a clear plan for what to do with extra cash. One that balances wealth building, security, and peace of mind. Imagine buying a home with a 30-year mortgage for $500,000 at 7%. The monthly payment for principal and interest is roughly $3,327. Then you get a raise at work, adding an extra $1,000 per month. The question: should that extra money go into the market, or should it go toward paying down the mortgage faster? Start with investing. Putting $1,000 per month into a total stock market index fund starting after the first year can grow substantially. The S&P 500 historically averages around 10%, but let's be conservative and assume 9%. If contributions increase 3% annually to match raises and cost of living adjustments, over the remaining 29 years, that $1,000 per month grows to roughly $1,834,000. That's nearly $1.85 million. A serious nest egg. Sounds perfect, right? But here's what most people miss. Mortgages are front-loaded with interest. In the early years, almost every dollar goes toward interest, not principal. For a $500,000 mortgage at 7%, the first month's $3,327 payment splits into $2,917 interest and $410 principal. Month 12, $2,894 interest and $433 principal. Even after 5 years, most of the payment is still interest. Not until year 22 do payments favor principal. In the early years, you're essentially working for the bank. Now let's flip it. What if the extra $1,000 per month is applied directly to principal, also increasing 3% annually? Suddenly, a 30-year mortgage is paid off in 16 years and 3 months. Total interest drops from $698,000 to $318,000. That's $380,000 saved. Subtract the extra payments actually made, about $238,000, and net savings is roughly $142,000. That's a guaranteed, risk-free return. But it doesn't end there. Once the mortgage is fully paid after 16 years, that $4,327 per month can now be invested. Over the next 13.75 years, this grows to about $1,186,000. Add interest savings, and total wealth reaches roughly $1,328,000. Compare that to pure investing, $1,834,000. At first glance, investing wins by roughly $500,000. Here's the catch. Investing comes with risk. Markets don't deliver 9% evenly. Some years might be up 25%, others down 35%. The order of returns matters, a concept called sequence of returns risk. Start investing right before a crash, and your annualized return could be as low as 4 to 5% over 8 years. Prepaying the mortgage, guaranteed 7% annually, tax-free with zero volatility. That's better than almost any high-yield savings account, treasury, or corporate bond today. So how do you decide? The solution is to do both. Split extra money between prepayment and investing. The split depends on goals, risk tolerance, and age. Options include a 60-40 split favoring investments, a balanced 50-50, or an age-based approach. More investing when younger, more prepayment when approaching retirement. Interest rate is another guide. Mortgage above 8%, prepay. Below 4%, invest. Between 4–8%, do both. For example, with $1,000 extra per month split 50-50, $500 goes to the mortgage, $500 to investments. The mortgage pays off in about 21 years. saving roughly $79,000 net interest. The $500 monthly investment grows to roughly $842,000. After mortgage payoff, investing the full $3,827 per month for the remaining years adds another $462,000. Total wealth, $1,383,000. Slightly behind pure investing, but now there's peace of mind and a house paid off 9 years early. There are situations where prepaying is clearly smarter. High-interest debt, approaching retirement, job instability, or if debt genuinely stresses daily life. Investing is smarter if mortgage rates are low, there's no emergency fund, retirement contributions aren't maximized, or there's decades to compound. Here's a crucial insight. Math matters, but psychology matters more. The strategy that works is the one that can be followed consistently, that reduces stress, and that aligns with life goals. Personal finance isn't just about spreadsheets. It's about freedom, peace of mind, and control over your story. Before making decisions, ask, what does financial freedom actually mean for me? The solution isn't about hitting a number. It's about designing a life that balances guaranteed returns, market growth, and peace of mind. Bonus tips most people don't realize. Combining mortgage prepayment with tax-advantaged accounts like a 401k or IRA maximizes returns and minimizes taxes at the same time. The guaranteed mortgage savings plus tax-deferred compounding is a powerful combo rarely shown in a single calculation. Prepaying also offers lifestyle flexibility. Lower monthly obligations make it easier to switch careers, take a sabbatical, or handle life's unexpected events. Investing grows wealth, but your mortgage is still a fixed cost. The optionality and freedom from prepayment is often overlooked. Ultimately, the goal is to balance wealth, risk, and freedom. Doing both, strategically, protects against market risk, guarantees a return, and creates a clear path to being mortgage-free while still building investments. The F superscript 2 rule, Freedom Fund Rule, isn't just math. It's about designing a life where money works for you, not the other way around. There isn't a single right answer. Some may invest aggressively. Others may prepay their mortgage as quickly as possible. Both approaches are valid, as long as the choice is deliberate. Financial freedom comes from choice, from knowing exactly why money is going where it's going, and from having the control to adjust as life changes. Even with all the numbers, even with all the spreadsheets, personal finance stays personal. The strategy that works is the one that reduces stress, creates optionality, and lets you live life on your terms.